and we begin the work afternoon from 1 o'clock 1 p.m. to 5 or 6 p.m. and during the night we work also from 7 p.m. to 10 or sometimes 11 p.m. In my place that I work, we don't have rice. We have enough rice for eating, but the Khmer rules didn't want to give much rice to our people, so that they fell down in the hungry. And all my family, I have 24 members, and all were dead because they didn't have enough rice to eat.
Perhaps Iowa recruited a volunteer medical team of 3 physicians and 6 nurses to work as part of the ARC in Cao Dong.
Hi, I'm Bob Richard from Independence, Iowa, here at Cao Dong, Ward 1, where the American Refugee Committee has its establishment, and also the Iowa doctors and nurses from the Iowa Sheriff's team are here. We're going to take a little tour this afternoon of Ward 1, which consists of 110 beds, and we'll lead our way down this way. The ward itself is 110 beds. The beds are a frame with a wood slat over them. The patients lie on a mat. We have strings strung for hanging IVs and also for hanging the charts. And it's a fairly congested area. The building itself is bamboo with plastic and thatch roof and sides, and it gets very, very warm in the afternoon and early evening.
Despite their limited freedom in camp, the refugees remain prisoners. Their morale is low.
Some people, most people, feel very sad, like me. I don't know how is my future, how well I will stay, because in here we cannot stay for many years.
They know their survival depends on continued aid from the outside. But there are a number of other problems which threaten their survival. The possibility of being forced back into Kampuchea, a severe water shortage, malnutrition, cramped, unsanitary living conditions. And on top of all that, the approaching monsoons.
Ba som group ជំរាបសួរទៅដល់ជនរួមជាតិក៏ដូចជាប្រិយមិត្តក្នុងនិងក្រៅប្រទេសបាទវេទិកាផ្សព្វផ្សាយសហគមន៍បានវិលត្រឡប់មកសាជាថ្មីហើយវេទិការបស់យើងផ្សព្វផ្សាយចេញពីទីក្រុង Long Beach រដ្ឋ California បាទហើយសូមគោរពជំរាបសួរលោកយាយលោកតាពុកម៉ែពូមីងបងប្អូននៅសហគមន៍ខ្មែរនៅទីក្រុង Long Beach រដ្ឋ California បាទអញ្ចឹងកម្មវិធី Reading Club របស់យើងថ្ងៃនេះដែលយើងបានអានពីដើមមករហូតមកដល់ពេលនេះយើងបានចូលមកដល់វគ្គគេហៅថាបញ្ចប់សម្រាប់សភៅខ្មែរជាភាសាខ្មែរដែលយើងឲ្យឈ្មោះថាចំណងជើងថារដូវអត់អាហារហើយចំណែកជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសដោយអ្វីដែលបានឃើញនៅក្នុងអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំដាក់នៅលើ screen នេះគឺ Stirring Season បាទអញ្ចឹងសភៅនេះមានទាំងអស់សរុបមាន10ជំពូកហើយវាមានវគ្គចុងក្រោយមួយទៀតដែលភាសាអង់គ្លេសគេហៅថា epilogue ហើយខ្មែរយើងថាទំព័រចុងក្រោយអញ្ចឹងរយៈពេល20លើកកន្លងមកយើងបានអានចប់ជាស្ថាពរទាំង10ជំពូករួមទាំងនឹងវគ្គនៃទំព័រចុងក្រោយផងដែរបាទហើយសម្រាប់ថ្ងៃនេះគឺជាថ្ងៃមួយដែលយើងដកស្រង់នៅសម្រងរូបភាពដែលយើងភាសាអង់គ្លេសគេហៅថា story photo story អញ្ចឹងយើងដកស្រង់កម្រងរូបភាពប្រហែលជា30រូបភាពដើម្បីអញ្ជើញលោកពូវិជ្ជបណ្ឌិតសៀងសេងឲ្យលោកដើម្បីធ្វើការបកស្រាយពីរូបភាពមួយថារូបភាពហ្នឹងជារូបភាពនរណាហើយថតនឹងក្នុងដំណាក់កាលអីហើយត្រូវ មានគេហៅថាពាក់ព័ន្ធយ៉ាងណាខ្លះនៅក្នុងសាច់រឿងហ្នឹងក៏ដូចជាពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយលោកវិជ្ជបណ្ឌិតផ្ទាល់បាទហើយក៏ជាឱកាសមួយទៀតដែរសម្រាប់ក្រុមអ្នកអានរបស់យើងក៏ដូចជាប្រិយមិត្តបើសិនមានសំណួរមានចម្ងល់តាំងពីដើមជំពូកទី1តាំងពីលើកទី1រហូតមកដល់លើកទី21នេះជាឱកាសចុងក្រោយដើម្បីសាកសួរផ្ទាល់ជាមួយលោកវិជ្ជបណ្ឌិតដែលជាអ្នកនិពន្ធសៀវភៅនេះតែម្ដងបាទហើយក្នុងថ្ងៃនេះដែរយើងប្រើប្រាស់វេទិកា Viith ដើម្បីងាយស្រួលក្នុងការបង្ហាញនៅរូបភាពក៏ដូចជាចាក់វីដេអូចឹងហើយធ្វើឲ្យក្រុមអ្នកអានរបស់យើងមិនអាចឡើងមកជុំគ្នានៅលើអេក្រង់បានទេប៉ុន្តែយើងនឹងអាចផ្លាស់ប្ដូរដើម្បីផ្ដល់ឱកាសឲ្យក្រុមអ្នកអានរបស់យើងអាចជួបជាមួយលោកវិជ្ជបណ្ឌិតដែលជាអ្នកនិពន្ធផ្ទាល់ដើម្បីធ្វើការសាកសួរនៅអ្វីដែលជាមានតាំងពីដើមរហូតដល់ពេលនេះជាលើកចុងក្រោយបាទអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមការអនុញ្ញាតអញ្ជើញក្រុមអ្នកអានរបស់យើងឡើងមកកាន់វេទិកាបាទអញ្ចឹងដោយសពដងយើងមានលោកគ្រូ Viith បាទជំរាបសួរលោកគ្រូ
ជំរាបសួរលោកគ្រូជំរាបសួរអ្នកទស្សនាទាំងអស់
បាទហើយអ្នកទី2គឺខ្ញុំសូមអញ្ជើញលោកគ្រូ Derrick មុនដោយសារបញ្ហា computer គាត់មានការរ៉ាត់អួលអញ្ចឹងជិះវៀងមិនបានណែនាំខ្លួនអញ្ចឹងសូមអញ្ជើញបាទជំរាបសួរលោកគ្រូ Derrick បាទ
ជំរាបសួរលោកគ្រូទាំងអស់
បាទអរគុណលោកគ្រូច្រើនទោះបីជាមានបញ្ហាផ្នែកបច្ចេកទេសឬក៏មានបញ្ហាតាក់ទងទៅនឹងការភ្ជាប់ជាមួយខាងយើងក៏ដោយក៏លោកគ្រូ Derrick ជាយាមចូលដើម្បីធ្វើម៉េចឲ្យកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងដំណើរការទៅជាបន្តបន្ទាប់មកបាទអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូម offline លោកគ្រូ Derrick បន្តិចដើម្បីអញ្ជើញ Kerry Chhay ក៏ដូចជាលោកពូអ្នកនិពន្ធជាអមរិតសៀងសេងដើម្បីមកកាន់វេទិកាបាទអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់អ្នកបន្តទៀតហ្នឹងគឺ Kerry Chhay បាទ
ជំរាបសួរអ្នកគ្នា
បាទជំរាបសួរ Kerry Chhay បាទអរគុណ Kerry Chhay មែនតើដែលខំតស៊ូជាមួយគ្នាមក20លើកហើយលើកសម្រាប់ថ្ងៃនេះមួយទៀតគឺ21លើកហើយបាទអញ្ចឹងKerry Chhay បានលះបង់ពេលវេលាដើម្បីចូលរួមនៅក្នុង reading club របស់យើងតាំងពីដើមទីរៀងមករហូតមកដល់ពេលនេះហើយក៏យើងសូមអរគុណសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលបានចូលរួមកន្លងមកផងដែរទោះបីជាអស់លោកអ្នកមិនបានចូលរួមមកដល់ទីបញ្ចប់ជាមួយយើងប៉ុន្តែក្រុមអ្នកអានសមាជិកអ្នកអានរបស់យើងក៏បានរួមដំណើរជាមួយយើងបានជាហូរហែជាបន្តមកដែរបាទអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់កម្មវិធីរបស់យើងតែងតែមានលោកពូវិជ្ជបណ្ឌិតសៀងសេងលោកតែងតែឆ្លៀតពេលដើម្បីចូលរួមមកក្នុងកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងតាំងពីលើកទី1រហូតដល់លើកទី21នេះបាទអញ្ចឹង21លើកហើយយើងគិតជាថ្ងៃគិតជាអាទិត្យគិតជាខែគួរសមដែរហើយទោះបីជាថ្ងៃនេះជាថ្ងៃចុងក្រោយសម្រាប់កម្មវិធី reading club សៀវភៅរដូវអត្តហាឬក៏ភាសាអង់គ្លេសគេហៅថា stirring season ហ្នឹងយើងនឹងរកឱកាសដើម្បីជើញលោកនៅក្នុងកម្មវិធីផ្សេងទៀតបាទអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមការអនុញ្ញាតជើញលោកដើម្បីមកកាន់កម្មវិធីរបស់យើងបាទជំរាបសួរលោកពូវិជ្ជបណ្ឌិតបាទ
ជំរាបសួរបងប្អូនទាំងអស់
បាទអញ្ចឹងដោយអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំបានលើកឡើងមិញអញ្ចឹងពេលវេលាហាក់ដូចជាលឿនមែនបាទបើយើងគិតថាមួយអាទិត្យម្ដងហើយយើងធ្វើបានមក21លើករួមទាំងថ្ងៃនេះអញ្ចឹងពេលវេលាយើងគិតទៅវាមិនចាំយើងទេបាទទៅមុខរហូតបាទហើយធ្វើឲ្យយើងបានមកដល់ថ្ងៃទីបញ្ចប់នៃការអានសៀវភៅរបស់លោកពូដែលលោកពូខិតខំព្យាយាមតាក់តែងទាំងមានភាសាខ្មែរផងភាសាអង់គ្លេសផងបាទហើយថ្ងៃនេះក៏ជាថ្ងៃពិសេសមួយដែរដែលយើងនឹងអញ្ជើញលោកពូដើម្បីបកស្រាយក៏ដូចជារាយរាប់តាក់ទងទៅនឹង foro ដែលមាននៅក្នុងសៀវភៅទាំងប៉ុន្មានដែលយើងមិនបានអានឬក៏ដែលយើងមិនបានសាកសួរឲ្យបានលម្អិតតាក់ទងទៅនឹងរូបភាពមួយដែលផ្ដិតជាប់នៅក្នុងសៀវភៅហ្នឹងតាំងពីជំពូកទី1រហូតដល់ជំពូកទី10រួមទាំងនឹងជំពូកចុងក្រោយផងដែរបាទអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមការអនុញ្ញាត offline ខ្លួនខ្ញុំដើម្បីទុកមកប្រឡោះ មក screen ដើម្បីដាក់រូបភាពអញ្ជើញលោកពូដើម្បីធ្វើការពិពណ៌នាក៏ដូចជារាយរាប់តាក់ទងទៅនឹងខ្លឹមសារអត្ថន័យហើយនឹងរូបភាពនឹងពាក់ព័ន្ធអ្វីខ្លះជាមួយនឹងរឿងរ៉ាវរដូវអត្តហាឬក៏ Stirring Season ហ្នឹងហើយជាពិសេសតើមានទំនាក់ទំនងយ៉ាងម៉េចជាមួយលោកពូបាទប៉ុន្តែមុននឹងចូលទៅដល់ story photo story ហ្នឹងចង់អញ្ជើញលោកពូមានចំណាប់អារម្មណ៍មិនដែររយៈពេលអានមករហូតដល់ពេលនេះលើកទី21ហើយលោកពូគាត់ថាមានការហត់នឿយឬក៏មានការគិតថាមានទឹកចិត្តយ៉ាងម៉េចដែរចង់បានឮពីលោកពូផ្ទាល់បន្តិចព្រោះអីយើងនឹងសាកសួរទៅលើសមាជិកក្រុមអ្នកអានយើងផងដែរនៅពេលទីបញ្ចប់ប៉ុន្តែចង់សួរលោកពូមុនពីអារម្មណ៍លោកពូយើងមកដល់ពេលនេះលោកពូយល់ឃើញថាមានការហត់នឿយឬក៏មានការទឹកចិត្តនឹងយ៉ាងម៉េចដែរបាទអញ្ចឹងសូមលោកពូចាប់ផ្ដើមបន្តិចមុននឹងយើងចូលបន្តតាក់ទងទៅនឹង photo story របស់យើងបាទអញ្ចឹងសូមជម្រាបលោកពូបាទ
ចំពោះអារម្មណ៍ខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់ខ្លួនគឺថាខ្ញុំគ្មានអ្វីក្រៅពីការដឹងគុណចំពោះបងប្អូនយើងទាំងអស់ជាពិសេសអសហើយនឹងអ្នកអានទាំងអស់ដែលមានគ្រូ Viith គ្រូ Derrick Liva on Liva and Kerry and Gloria and Michaela ដែលបានមើលសភៅខ្ញុំយ៉ាងយកចិត្តទុកដាក់ពីទំព័រមួយទៅទំព័រមួយគឺថាដូចបងអូនរៀបរាប់អញ្ចឹង21អាទិត្យហើយគឺថាបើរាប់ជាខែវិញវាមកច្រើនខែដែរហើយខ្ញុំមានសេចក្តីសប្បាយដែលបានឃើញបងអូនសង្ហៈឯងចាយសភៅដែលខ្ញុំបានសរសេរនេះទាំងភាសាខ្មែរទាំងភាសាអង់គ្លេសទៅបងប្អូនយើងហើយជាពិសេសវេទិកានេះក៏ជួយសម្រាប់ឲ្យបងប្អូនយើងខ្លះទៀតដែលមិនសូវចេះអក្សរខ្មែរឲ្យមើលអក្សរខ្មែរដែរដូចជាបងអូន Gloria ជាដើមសូមខ្ញុំអរគុណចំពោះអនុញ្ញាតឲ្យខ្ញុំយកវេទិកានេះហើយនឹងយកវេទិកានេះទៅចាយបងប្អូនយើងអំពីសភៅរបស់ខ្ញុំបាទ
ឥឡូវហ្នឹង Gloria គាត់ព្យាយាមចូលមកខ្ញុំសូមការអនុញ្ញាតអស់ line ខ្ញុំបន្តិចឬសូមអនុញ្ញាត Kerry Chhay បន្តិចដើម្បីណែនាំ Gloria បន្តិចបាទHello Gloria are you there
I'm trying to use this and it
okay are you okay you good or you want to say something before we start
I'm still trying to figure out how to turn my camera back around.
Okay. So it's fine. So let when you ready, just let us know. Okay, so we can continue our program. Okay, no worry. Yeah. Okay អញ្ចឹង Gloria ក៏បានចូលរួមមកដែរក្នុងថ្ងៃចុងក្រោយនេះអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមដាក់ Kerry Chhay មកវិញហើយខ្ញុំសុខចិត្ត offline ដើម្បីដាក់រូបភាពចូលបាទអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំគិតថារូបភាពទាំង30រូបភាពនេះបើសិនប្រិមិត្តយើងបានតាមដាននៅសាច់រឿងជាមួយយើងតាំងពីដើមមកហើយនៅពេលដែលបានឃើញរូបភាពនេះទៀតកាន់ធ្វើឲ្យមានការដិតដាមដឹងច្បាស់ពីអ្វីដែលសភៅរដូវអត្តអាហារឬក៏អង់គ្លេសគេហៅថា Stirring Season នេះបានបញ្លេចរូបភាពនេះនៅក្នុងសភៅហ្នឹងបាទអញ្ចឹងចង់ដឹងថាតើរូបភាពទាំង30ហ្នឹងមានពីណាពាក់ព័ន្ធចូលក្នុងរូបភាពហ្នឹងខ្លះហើយត្រូវជាយ៉ាងម៉េចជាមួយលពូហើយត្រូវជាពាក់ព័ន្ធយ៉ាងម៉េចជាមួយរឿងរ៉ាវហ្នឹងហើយអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមការអនុញ្ញាតដើម្បីចាប់ផ្ដើមបាទ
បាទខ្ញុំសូមចាប់ផ្ដើមនេះគឺជារូបឪពុករបស់ខ្ញុំបើបងប្អូនមើលឲ្យចិត្តស្និទ្ធបានឃើញថារូបរបស់គាត់ហ្នឹងគឺថាមានអត្រានៅខាង កែមហើយđấyពីព្រោះរូបថតហ្នឹងគឺជារូបថតកាតរបស់គាត់ហើយនេះគឺជារូបថតតែមួយគត់បាទដែលខ្ញុំបានយកចេញបន្ទាប់ពីចេញពីជំរំបន្ទាប់ពីការសម្លាប់រង្គាលនៅក្នុងរបបប៉ុលពតមករូបថតដែលទៀតដែលខ្ញុំមានដោយបងអូនសហៈនិយាយចឹង29រូបថតទៀតគឺថាជារូបថតដែលខ្ញុំបានទទួលបន្ទាប់ពីខ្ញុំបានចេញពីបនប៉ុលពតមកបាទនេះជារូបថតរបស់ម្ដាយខ្ញុំមិនបានមានរូបថតនេះទេគឺថាម្ដាយក្មេងខ្ញុំគាត់នៅសល់រូបថតនេះគាត់បានយកមកឲ្យខ្ញុំពេលដែលខ្ញុំបានទៅជួបគាត់បាទនេះជារូបថតប្អូនស្រីខ្ញុំទាំង5នាក់ពីខាងឆ្វេងទៅស្ដាំសំអាងគីឡាយសួរនិងស៊ីហើយរូបថតនេះខ្ញុំបានទទួលពីប្អូនជីដូនមួយរបស់ខ្ញុំអ្នកឈ្មោះដានីបាទនេះជារូបថតប្អូនសួរដូចខ្ញុំបងប្អូនបានមើលសភៅនេះគឺថាវាជាក្មេងទាន់សម័យយើងមើលខោអាវរបៀបខោអាវវាស្លៀកពាក់គឺថាខោគេមានជើងប៉ាក់នៃការជំនាន់ហ្នឹងហើយដូច្នេះបានជាមិនគួរមានការភ្ញាក់ផ្អើលទេពេលដឹងថាវាសុខចិត្តធ្វើការបំពេញទៅលើវិន័យអង្គការឲ្យតែបានមកលេងនៅផ្ទះខ្ញុំប៉ុន្តែទីបំផុតវាត្រូវបានគេចាប់ចងហើយក្រោយមកស្លាប់នៅពេលថ្ងៃ Christmas ខែធ្នូថ្ងៃទី25ឆ្នាំ1975បាទនេះជារូបថតរបស់ប្អូនសួរខ្ញុំនិងម្ដាយនិងប្អូនស្រីម្ដាយខ្ញុំឈ្មោះឌីដែលថតនៅផ្ទះទី2របស់លោកពូជិនហួតមុនពេលសង្គ្រាមបាទនេះជារូបថតរបស់ខ្ញុំពេលមានអាយុប្រហែល15ឆ្នាំឬក៏16ឆ្នាំរូបថតនេះក៏បានផ្ដល់មកខ្ញុំដោយម្ដាយមីងខ្ញុំដែរបាទនេះគឺជារូបប្រាក់កាក់មាសគឺជាវិជ្ជបណ្ឌិត Bill Haggard ដែលមានបងប្រុសជួសម្នាក់របស់គាត់បានឲ្យមកខ្ញុំពេលគាត់ចេញពីជំរំហើយគាត់បញ្ជាក់ប្រាប់ខ្ញុំថាកាក់នេះគឺថាគាត់បងប្រុសភ្លោះរបស់គាត់ក៏មានកាក់នេះមួយដែរទៅណាមកណាគឺគាត់តែងយកកាក់នេះមកជាមួយដើម្បីឲ្យមានសំណាងបាទនេះគឺជាខ្សែកមាសដែលជាមួយបន្តោងព្រះរបស់យើងដែលនៅសល់ពីការដោះដូរបងប្អូនមើលមែនតើគឺខ្សែកនៅខ្លីណាពពោះខ្ញុំត្រូវការដោះដូរខ្សែកនេះគឺថាឲ្យមកខ្ញុំដោយម្ដាយក្មេងខ្ញុំបាទនេះជារូបថតខ្ញុំហើយនឹងគ្រួសារខ្ញុំថតទី1របស់យើងថតនៅទីក្រុងនៅក្នុងជំរំខេត្តវិដានបន្ទាប់ពីបានទទួលលេខសម្គាល់ខ្លួនបងប្អូនឃើញខ្ញុំសែនសប្បាយចិត្តសើចបាត់មាត់ដែងចិត្តពីព្រោះសប្បាយចិត្តពេកបានចូលមកដល់ខេត្តវិដានបាទនេះជារូបថតរបស់ខ្ញុំនៅក្នុងខ្ទមរបស់ខ្ញុំនៅក្នុងជំរំខេត្តវិដានមនុស្សក្មេងម្នាក់នៅកណ្ដាលឈ្មោះច័ន្ទធីយីច័ន្ទធីបងប្អូនអ្នកនៅ Long Beach ប្រហែលជាធ្លាប់ស្គាល់ច័ន្ទធីបាទច័ន្ទធីកាលនោះនៅជាក្មេងកំព្រាហើយមករដ្ឋ Hawaii ជាមួយខ្ញុំបាទខ ថ្ងៃទី2នៅក្នុងជំរំនេះខ្ញុំចាប់ដើមដើរចូលពីមាត់ផ្លូវចូលកាត់តាមអគារពេទ្យមួយទៅអគារពេទ្យមួយហើយទីបំផុតខ្ញុំបានឃើញអគារនេះដែលបងប្អូនមើលមែនទែនឃើញគេដាក់សញ្ញាថា Ward 1 គឺជាមន្ទីរពេទ្យដែលរៀបចំឡើងដោយប្រជាជនអាមេរិកាំងបាទនេះគឺរូបថតរបស់វិជ្ជបណ្ឌិតហាងងៅដែលធ្វើការជាមួយខ្ញុំនៅ Ward 1 នៅ ARC ហើយគាត់នៅជួរខាងមុខហើយនៅខាងឆ្វេងដៃក្រោយមកគាត់បានក្លាយទៅជាតារាភាពយន្តដ៏ល្បីល្បាញហើយបានទាំងទទួលរង្វាន់ពានអស្ការពានរង្វាន់អស្ការទៀតផងបាទនេះជារូបថតរបស់ Daniel Susot គាត់ជាគ្រូពេទ្យហើយក៏ជាអ្នកដែលទទួលខុសត្រូវនៅក្នុងជំរំខេវវិដាងដែរហើយគាត់គឺជាអ្នកដែលបានធ្វើជីវិតខ្ញុំទាំងពីរជាមួយនឹងជីវិតកូនខ្ញុំទាំង3បានផ្លាស់ប្ដូររហូតមកដល់សប្តាហ៍នេះបើគ្មានគាត់ទេសក្កណាកូនទី1របស់ខ្ញុំពិតជាមិនបានមកកើតនៅប្រទេសអាមេរិកទេបាទនេះជាសម្បត្តិក្នុងចំណោមសម្បត្តិជាច្រើនរបស់វិជ្ជបណ្ឌិត Daniel Susot ដែលនៅក្នុងសម្បត្តិនេះគាត់បានសរសេរថានៅថ្ងៃទី27ខែកក្កដាឆ្នាំ1980គាត់បានពិនិត្យប្រពន្ធខ្ញុំនៅក្នុងជំរំឈុនបុរីហើយនៅពេលនោះប្រពន្ធខ្ញុំមានផ្ទៃពោះមិនលើសពី6ខែទេការធ្វើដូច្នេះគឺថាដើម្បីឲ្យខ្ញុំអាចចេញទៅសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកបានបើមិនជិះឆ្នះទេគឺថាគេត្រូវខាត់ខាំងខ្ញុំឲ្យកើតកូននៅក្នុងមន្ទីរពេទ្យនៅជំរំភៀសខ្លួនមុននឹងឡើងកប៉ាល់ហោះបាទនេះជារូបរបស់ចំណាំនៅពេលដែលខ្ញុំកំពុងតែមានការអស់សង្ឃឹមនឹងច្បោកច្បល់នៅក្នុងជំរំ007ខ្ញុំបានជួបចំណាំបើសិនជាខ្ញុំមិនបានជួបចំណាំទេជីវិតខ្ញុំប្រហែលជាតើតច្រករកផ្លូវចេញមិនរួចឡើយការជួបមិត្តខ្ញុំតែចៃដន្យនេះបានផ្លាស់ប្ដូរជីវិតខ្ញុំហើយនេះជារូបរបស់ Noy Stevo បាទនឹងរូបរបស់ចំណាំដែលខ្ញុំនិយាយមុនហ្នឹងបាទនេះគឺជារូបដែលតាមផ្លូវទៅយកទឹកប្រពន្ធខ្ញុំជាមួយនឹងណយគាត់ឈ្មោះណយគាត់ជាកីឡានុបដ្ឋាយិកាស្ម័គ្រចិត្តមកធ្វើការជាមួយ ARC គាត់ចេញមកពីរដ្ឋ Chicago បាទនេះគឺជារូបដែលប្រធានរបស់ ARC បានផ្ញើមកឲ្យខ្ញុំគឺជារូបដែលខ្ញុំកំពុងពិនិត្យកូនក្មេងម្នាក់នៅក្នុងមន្ទីរពេទ្យ ARC បាទនេះជារូបរបស់វិជ្ជបណ្ឌិត Bill Hager គាត់ឈរនៅកណ្ដាលនៅខាងស្ដាំដៃគឺថាលោកវិជ្ជបណ្ឌិត Q Sam បើបងប្អូនធ្លាប់នៅទីក្រុង San Jose បងប្អូនប្រហែលជាបានស្គាល់លោក Q Sam គាត់ជាវិជ្ជបណ្ឌិតខ្មែរតែម្នាក់គាត់កាលចំនួនហ្នឹងនៅទីក្រុង San Jose គាត់បានចូលមរណភាពថ្មីនេះដែរហើយបន្ទាប់ពីគាត់បានទៅនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាយើងហើយរូបអ្នកថតរូបអ្នកនៅកណ្ដាលហ្នឹងគឺជាលោក Bill វិជ្ជបណ្ឌិត Bill Hager ដែលបានឲ្យប្រាក់កាក់មាសមកខ្ញុំជាអនុស្សាវរីយ៍មុននឹងគាត់ចេញពីខេវវិដាងនេះគឺជាក្រុម ARC ទាំងអស់គឺគេពេលគេធ្វើពិធីជប់លៀងឲ្យពួកខ្មែរស្ម័គ្រចិត្តទាំងអស់មុនពេលខ្ញុំនិងស្រីចេញពីខេវវិដាងបាទរូបខាងក្រោមនេះគឺថារូបនេះគឺជារូបខ្ញុំបងប្អូនឃើញខ្ញុំគេពាក់កម្រងផ្កាឲ្យទាំងពីរនាក់ មុននឹងចេញពីខៅដាងនេះគឺជាវិជ្ជាបណ្ឌិតហាងងៅនិងអ្នកស្ម័គ្រចិត្ត ARC ខ្លះដែលបានមកជួនដំណើរខ្ញុំឡើងយន្តហោះនៅទីក្រុងបាងកករូបនេះគឺថាថតដោយ Daniel Susot ដែលគាត់មុននឹងយើងឡើងមុននឹងយើងចូលយន្តហោះបាទបងប្អូនឃើញខ្ញុំកាន់กระดาษគេហៅថា ICM សម្រាប់នៅឡើងកប៉ាល់ហោះហើយនឹងគ្រួសារខ្ញុំមានទម្ងន់នៅពេលហ្នឹងចិត្តគ្រប់ខែបាទនេះគឺជារូបរបស់វិជ្ជបណ្ឌិតជុំបូដែលចែកជាម្ដាយមីងរបស់ស្រីហើយកូនរបស់ខ្ញុំសកូណាដែលកូនប្រុសច្បងដែលកើតនៅពេល10ថ្ងៃបន្ទាប់ពីយើងបានមកដល់ទីក្រុង Honolulu រូបនេះគឺជារូបវិជ្ជាបណ្ឌិតជុំបូបាទត្រូវជាម្ដាយមីងរបស់ស្រីបាទនេះគឺជានៅយើងទាំង3នាក់ស្រីសកូណានិងខ្ញុំថតនៅមាត់សមុទ្ររដ្ឋហាវ៉ៃបាទនេះជាកូនខ្ញុំទាំង3ពីខាងឆ្វេងទៅស្ដាំសកូណាវិជ្ជាបណ្ឌិតឯកទេសខាងសង្គ្រោះអាសន្នសក្ការៈវិជ្ជាបណ្ឌិតឯកទេសខាងគ្រឿងក្នុងនិងកុសលវិជ្ជាបណ្ឌិតឯកទេសខាងគ្រឿងក្នុងសង្គ្រោះបន្ទាន់និងសួតបាទនេះគឺជារូបម្ដាយមីងខ្ញុំសុកគីមដែលបានទទួលទំនុកបំរុងខ្ញុំនៅទីក្រុងភ្នំពេញមានជំនឿមកលើខ្ញុំហើយហ៊ានចំណាយលុយដែលគាត់មានបន្តិចបន្តួចទិញកង់ឲ្យខ្ញុំនៅឆ្នាំ1979សប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃគាត់រស់នៅជាមួយកូនស្រីច្បងរបស់គាត់ដាវីនៅទីក្រុងភ្នំពេញបាទសូមអរគុណរូបភាពគឺថាចប់តែប៉ុណ្ណេះនៅក្នុងសិភៅនេះបាទ
មានបញ្ហាចាប់រូបភាពពីខាងលោកពូតិចលោកពូអាចសាញអស់ហើយសាញអនមកឡើងវិញលោកពូព្រោះអីវាចេញជាផ្ទាំងពណ៌មកលោកពូ
ខ្ញុំត្រូវសាញម្ដងទៀត
បាទសាញអស់ហើយសាញអ៊ីនឡើងវិញបាទព្រោះអីទទួលរូបភាពអត់ច្បាស់បាទអូអញ្ចឹងបាទអញ្ចឹងបាទអូខេអញ្ចឹងលោកពូអាចបាទអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមអញ្ជើញ Gloria មកឡើងមកបន្តិចបាទ Gloria សង្ឃឹមថា ready បាទ
I'm sorry, what did you want me to speak about?
Oh, okay. No, actually today we just only go through the photo that placed in the book from the beginning until the end. So we just invite Dr. Seang Seng to go through from one to the last one is the total is the 30th photo. So as you may aware that we already done for the we call a photo story. So now the floor is for you guys. If you have any question regarding the video that we play for the first time, the first one and second one for the photo story, and also the third one. If you have any question or you want to ask him any point from the beginning of the chapter 1 until the end, this is the last chance for you and for everyone here. Okay, so yeah, so let me get Dr. Seang Seng on board. Yeah, so let me offline.
Hi, Gloria.
Hello,
Gloria, before I forgot, I just want to thank you for joining us as a team to read this book. I appreciate your time and your commitment to this reading club. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for putting this or for having us and for taking the time to really let us get to know your story. I really appreciate it. And I think we've all learned a lot from you and we've all grown a lot from this experience. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we start asking you a question. Good, Derrick, you want to go first?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you have any question?
Regarding the pictures of the food, I mean, some more the kind of food, the food, cho từ phần ra ca nghĩa chiều Dr. នៅជំរំហ្នឹងលោកពូឆ្នាំហ្នឹងដូចឆ្នាំទីប្រហែលដែរលោកពូឆ្នាំ81
អូឆ្នាំ1979បាទចុងឆ្នាំបាទ
អូ79
ខ្ញុំចូលទៅក្នុងហ្នឹងនៅចូលទៅជំរំជនភៀសខ្លួនគឺ2ថ្ងៃបន្ទាប់ពីបានបើកជំរំហ្នឹងបើកនៅខែ11ថ្ងៃទី21ឆ្នាំ1979ខ្ញុំបានទៅដល់ហ្នឹងថ្ងៃទី23បាទ
អូចឹងបាន2ថ្ងៃ
បានទៅដល់
21បើក
បាទពេលគឺបើក2ថ្ងៃខ្ញុំទៅដល់ខ្ញុំនៅក្នុងសង្កាត់2ពីព្រោះពួកខ្ញុំទៅដល់ថ្មីអ្នកដែលទៅក្រោយទៅដល់សង្កាត់5សង្កាត់6អញ្ចឹងដែរបើខ្ញុំសង្កាត់ទី2
សង្កាត់2ចឹងអូកាលនោះគេចាប់ផ្ដើមមានសង្កាត់ទៅហើយក៏ចាប់ពីដើមមក
ខ្ញុំសង្កាត់2ហើយសង្កាត់1គឺថាគេចូលថ្ងៃដំបូងបានមនុស្សច្រើនមែនតើអានោះបានចូលទៅគឺថាអស់មកសង្កាត់ហ្នឹង
បាទអូហើយនិយាយពីរឿងរូបភាពនៅទី9ដែលលោកគ្រូសើចថាមើលទៅដូចជាដំណើរដោយលោកគ្រូមានភាពរីរាយស្បាយនៅទទួលនៅលេខ KD គេហ្នឹងតើលោកគ្រូអាចរាយរាប់បន្តកន្លែងនេះបន្តិចបន្តួចដូចជាអារម្មណ៍ថាសើចហ្នឹងសើចមានន័យថាលោកគ្រូស្បាយចិត្តនឹងមានដំណើរការចេញទៅមុខ
បាទដូចខ្ញុំនិយាយតាំងពីដើមគឺថាពេលខ្ញុំចេញពីអពតដំបងពេលខ្ញុំបានចេញពីអពតខ្ញុំនឹកថាអូជីវិតខ្ញុំសពគ្រប់ហើយបើសិនជាខ្ញុំអាចរកខ្ទមចាស់មួយខ្ទមទូចមួយសម្រាប់ដាំដំឡូងឈើand then ខ្ញុំអត់មានត្រូវការអីទៀតទេប៉ុន្តែបន្ទាប់មកពេលបានមកដល់ជំនុំភៀសខ្លួនខ្ញុំជឿថាជីវិតខ្ញុំនឹងបានផ្លាស់ប្ដូរអាហ្នឹងទី1ទី2គឺថាអត់ដែលបានថតរូបទេតាំងពីជាង4ឆ្នាំមកទៅដល់ពេលហ្នឹងបានមកថតរូប so អាហ្នឹងទី2បទការដែលសំខាន់គឺថាមានឈ្មោះគេហៅថាលេខ tracing number អក្សរ T ហ្នឹងតំណាង tracing number ហ្នឹងបានន័យថាយើងបានចូលមកក្នុងជំរំភៀសខ្លួនហ្នឹងគឺដោយពេញច្បាប់ដោយស្របច្បាប់អត់មានលួចចូលមកបានទេដូច្នេះកាលណាយើងមាន T number ហ្នឹងគឺថាយើងអាចសុំគេរកអ្នកដែល sponsor សម្រាប់ទៅប្រទេសទី3បានបើអត់មានលេខហ្នឹងគឺថាយើងអត់អាចទៅកើតទេ
បាទអរគុណហើយបន្តទៀតលោកគ្រូឲ្យគេបន្តលោកគ្រូសេងហាខ្ញុំប្រកល់ទៅលោកគ្រូវិញ
Yes, Gloria. You want to go next?
I have a question. I don't know if we've went over this yet, but I was just curious at what point did you move to Modesto and what prompted you to move to Modesto?
I see. Well, when I was in Hawaii, we do have residency in Hawaii too, but my wife have a family in Eureka, which is up north, about 7-hour drive from Modesto, or probably 5 hours from San Francisco. And my wife always wanted to be close to her. So my goal at that time is to get the residency in Santa Rosa. But I was interviewed late. The Modesto program interviewed me first. And when I came to Modesto, I for some reason feel that this is the place for me because the program have a strong connection, have a strong have strength in obstetric. So if I were to join the Modesto program, a chance that I will be practice obstetric will be high. And I enjoy obstetric because it allowed me to do a simple, a few surgery here and there instead of being a surgeon. And I like that. And it turned out to be me because I ended up able to practice family medicine. We call it full scope family medicine, seeing adult, young, and baby, and mothers, and pregnant women, and do delivery. So it's an amazing career coming to Modesto. But the northern part of California is my wife's requirement. She wants to be close to her mother. Otherwise, I would be in Long Beach or in probably Lowell, Massachusetts. At one point after I almost graduate, I got a call from someone from Lowell and asked me if I'm willing to transfer myself or to go to practice in Lowell. But my wife told me that she just wants California and up north, not the south one. So that's why I ended up in Modesto.
Okay, I see. Because I was just curious because Long Beach has such a large Khmer population. I remember growing up, we went to our Khmer doctor, who was Dr. Peng. I don't know if you know Dr. Peng, but he was our Khmer doctor, and I think he served like pretty much the whole Khmer community. And I was curious, why there weren't more Khmer doctors. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know Katia Peng pretty well too. Those days, I haven't seen him for a long time
Yeah.
now.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Want to go next, Kerry?
Yeah, I was trying to think up questions I haven't asked yet.
Okay. Go ahead and keep on thinking, and then I'm gonna go from here. Doctor, you chat with Doctor ជាអស្ចារ្យមែនខ្លែងឡើងភ្នំនឹងជាខ្លាំងមែនតើហើយទៅបានធ្វើ Doctor ទៀតសូមអស្ចារ្យ Thank you for your time and thank you for the opportunity to get to know you. Okay. My question to you is, what point of your journey that is memorable and why?
I think the most memorable moment for me I'm talking about in the United States, it was when I graduated from medical school. It was my long shot. I never thought that I can be a doctor again. And once I graduated from that school, I knew that my life will be significantly changed. And I remember those days. During the graduation, they asked you to write a short sentence so that the person that presents you the lay, we call it lay, will read that paragraph, and in that paragraph I mainly I'm not quite I can't remember exact word, but at that time I thanked my fathers, my mother for allowing me to be alive, and I wish they was with me during that time because I remember he's always a person, especially my father's always taught me that education is the most important thing in the world. As soon as I graduated from that, being a medical doctor, I was thinking of him, and later on, I felt that I going to pass this to my children, which I did later on. So I'm really, really pleased, and I thank my parents for guiding me.
Thank you, Doctor. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome. Yes, it is to see you, climb that big high mountain and to get it. And not only that, you take along the people you love with you to become a part of doctor. That's very awesome to see. Okay, go ahead, Kerry. You're next.
Thank you.
So with all your children becoming leading medical careers. They're sorry, lost track of thought.
Okay.
Yeah. How did they arrive to that choosing that path into the same field as you? There you go.
As you know, people always think that being a parent, you can tell your kid what you want to do, but actually in the United States, it's completely different. I wish I could take all that credit and say that they are because of me. That's why my kid become a doctor. I'm sure I'm probably sort of influenced them somewhat because I have that career and they saw me get called in and out to the hospital all the time. And they also realized that I can support them through college and also to medical school. But before medical school, I support them on college, and therefore they feel that it's not a bad career. And I always tell him one important thing that I tell him the difference between being a doctor and other job. I told them that wherever you go, you can always find a job being a doctor. There's no place that you go there and say, well, they don't need a doctor. If you're an engineer, you come to Modesto, good luck. There's nothing in engineer in here unless you are going to a wine industry, engineer that kind. But and that's what I feel like, and they knew that. A job availability is very important, and also it's still a very noble job. You take a lot of responsibility, but at the end, you might not be able to help them in terms of like life and death, but at least you probably can prevent or help them to prevent some kind of unforeseen things. So I think being physician is still the best job to me. Not to say that being a nurse is not the best job. Nurse also contribute into that too, and but it's just a different level. That's all.
Thank you.
Gloria.
បាទលោកគូវិតមានអីបើអត់នេះខ្ញុំសូមម្ដង
Bad. Okay, one. I like to pass
Bad.
on to Gloria, but Gloria, you got something to ask for? No.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, Doctor, I know you're a kind person. You are very you don't have that feeling towards your past that much. But if you would have the opportunity to sit next to Pol Pot, what would, in your short word, what would you ask and what would you say? I just want to hear your experience that you come in, through that journey, because he's the guy that caused it. What would you say?
I think the sad thing that I felt about Pol Pot is that he's still at the end, at his last moment, he still did not acknowledge that he did something wrong to our society. That is the saddest thing that I just cannot comprehend. Maybe because he did not know, but I just cannot believe that because he's such an educated person, came from France, and he should have known that how many people die during his regime, and it's I wish he understand that the magnitude of that killing field. He just could not understand and not accept that. and that's a sad thing, though. I wish he's understand that.
Thank you, Doctor. Yes, I don't understand it either. Why an educated man to have a thought to eradicate the whole educated person? It's and not only that, don't give food to a person that want to work hard for you. I don't know. I don't know why.
I tell you this, personally, I do not mind if they. I understand his view that the rich people are too rich, the poor is too poor. There's a gap between the poor and the rich is so high. The way to bring back to the same level is to do that, to get all the people out of the city and do that. But you don't have to do that in a barbaric way. You know, you can still use these people to guide the unfortunate one to raise at their level, you know, rather than kill them, and therefore nobody that educate to run the country, and only a few people cannot run the country. I mean, not just a minister that educated to run country. You have to have these people down on a level down to do that too. If you eradicate all these intellectual and only a few of you in the government, you can't foresee. I mean, you cannot control all these things. So it's a disaster to me. The way they run the country.
Yeah. Thank you, Doctor. I know it's hard for you to answer that question, but I just want to hear your opinion on that. Thank you.
Yes.
Gloria?
Yes, I have a question. Do you know the extent in which the history of the Khmer Rouge regime is taught in Cambodia, and do you think that it should be taught to every student in Cambodia?
Well, I don't think the communist regime taught us anything. Actually, they indirectly taught us rather than they try to teach us anything. They indirectly taught us that to care for just yourself, no other. Because during the starving season, as you know, if I share the food, my ration with somebody else, that means I get less food and then I might not survive. So all they taught us is to think about yourself first. And again, there's a saying that they say, it's mean that I think the connection is out. Sorry.
I think the screen went bad.
It's all black right now. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it's green screen. Something wrong with your virtual memory.
Maybe I should go to another site.
លោកពូអាច sign out ហើយ sign in ឡើងវិញលោកពូបាទថ្ងៃចុងក្រោយរៀងរដាក់រដប់បន្តិចបាទលោកពូអាច sign out ហើយ sign in ឡើងវិញបាទខ្ញុំអត់តបានសួរអីទេក៏អត់តទៅណាអូខេ Gloria ចង់ដឹងពីចំណាប់អារម្មណ៍ផ្ទាល់ខ្លួនយ៉ាងម៉េចដែរបានចូលរួមជាមួយ Reading Club ហ្នឹង Gloria, you understand what I'm saying in Khmer?
Oh, I didn't get that question.
Okay, what is your impression? What is your feeling about joining our reading club?
Oh, I think that it really was a great experience. I'd never experienced anything like this before. I've always wanted to join a book club, not necessarily about the Khmer, surviving the Khmer Rouge, but I think that this was really something that I enjoyed and that I think a lot of people would enjoy participating in this if they knew about it. Because of course I didn't know about it until Kerry told me. So I'm glad Kerry spread the word about that. And I think that it would be great if this were to continue, if we could continue to read other books, and if we could get other authors to participate as well. I think it would be amazing. But I'm glad that you put this together, and I think it's amazing what you're doing, and that you have so much energy to be able to do this every day.
Together we can. I cannot do it alone. Thank you, Gloria.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Kerry, Chhay, you have any word to say? Because for stirring season, the book is gonna finish by today. So please, any word before we ending our program?
Yeah, I'm thankful to be part of the reading club. This has been a good experience. Seeing people from that era share their story and how they overcome grief, their hardship, and hopefully it inspires us, the younger generation, to reconnect with our parents, who many of us haven't really connect and preserve their story, because I haven't really done that with my parents yet. And Dr. Sang, I never had my doctor as a role model. I never met one before. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kerry, Chhay, and also thank you for connecting to Gloria to join our reading club. So, the group with any word, please.
Well, thank you, Sanghak, for having the opportunity, to be part of this and you setting it up. I know it's a lot of dedication and a lot of persistence and to put it together. I know it's a hard work. Thank you for that. Well, I'm glad that I'm able to be a part of this. The reason why I'm a kid that grew up in that era, but I only know bits and pieces. And through the story of Dr. Seang Seng, he able to brighten and give me insight of what I'm going through, because I actually the patient in the Ward 1. When I was there, I got secondary hepatitis disease. I was there almost a year. And now I know why that letter T is for, in my picture here, is a tracing number. I didn't know what that was. So, able to know that, and also different doctor name through the hospital. So that, and not only that, just different event going through. I always hear bits and pieces, but to come from a person of that journey, not able to write the book and share the story and give me insight in depth to actually validate the stuff that I went through. So it was good. It was good. And yeah. And now I can I can ask my parent like the right question and what kind of event, different event and stuff like that. So basically I went through a crash course of Khao Dang and the journey of Pol Pot. So this is, I feel like I'm taking a course actually in the genocide. So thank you for that.
Okay, Dr. Singh, he's coming on, but he's still. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's coming. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't leave us. We are not yet finished.
Getting close, Doc.
Yeah. OK លោកពូយកឱកាសនេះខ្ញុំចង់សួរវីដេអូដែលយើងចាក់មុននឹងតិចមុននឹងកម្មវិធីយើងចាប់ផ្ដើមហ្នឹងវីដេអូហ្នឹងតើពីណាគេជាអ្នកចុះទៅថតហើយកត្តាអីបានជាជំរុញឲ្យលោកពូជាគេហៅថាជា interviewee ម្នាក់ដែរនៅក្នុងវីដេអូហ្នឹង
បាន actually video ហ្នឹងគេបាន grant ពីគេជា PBS បានន័យថាជាខ្មែរយើងថាសាធារណៈខាងវិទ្យុសាធារណៈទីទូរទស្សន៍សាធារណៈនៅប្រចាំទីក្រុង Iowa ហើយជំនាន់ហ្នឹងគឺថាពួក Iowa team គាត់ទៅ staff នៅក្នុង ARC ហ្នឹងដូច្នេះគេឲ្យខ្ញុំមានតំណែងតំណងល្អជាមួយនឹងអ្នកធ្វើការខាង ARC ហ្នឹងដូច្នេះគេបានហៅខ្ញុំទៅ interview ទៅពួកខ្ញុំជាអ្នកខ្មែរពួកជំនាន់ហ្នឹងមិនសូវមានខ្មែរណាចេះអង់គ្លេសបើសង្ហឯងស្ដាប់អង់គ្លេសខ្ញុំក៏ស្ដាប់មិនចង់បានហ្នឹងពួកខ្មែរពួកខ្ញុំមិនសូវចេះអង់គ្លេសប្រហែលហើយដូច្នេះគេមិនអាច interview ជាមួយតែខ្មែរទៅទេ so ខ្ញុំចេះអង់គ្លេសតិចតួចខ្ញុំជាអ្នកធ្វើការនៅក្នុង ARC នឹងបដ ாய் ដូច្នេះបានខ្ញុំបានទទួលការ interview ហើយក្រុមហ៊ុនហ្នឹងគឺជា PBS នៅខាង Iowa ដែលគេមកថតក្រុម Iowa បាទតាមពិតគេថតតាំងពីពេលពួក Iowa នឹងចេញពីកប៉ាល់ហោះទៅស្រុក Iowa មកស្រុកAdamna Protect មកនៅជំនាន់ហ្នឹងនៅខៅដាងបាទ
តើធ្វើម៉េចបានលពូអាចរក្សាឬក៏អាចទទួលយកនៅវីដេអូឃ្លីបហ្នឹងបន្ទុករហូតមកដល់សប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃនេះហើយបានចែកចាយរហូតទៅដល់កូនលោកលពូឥឡូវហ្នឹងយើងបានអាចយកមកចាក់នៅក្នុងកម្មវិធីយើងនេះបើយើងគិតពីអាយុកាលមកវា30-40ឆ្នាំទៅហើយ
បាទនៅពេលនោះនៅពេលដែលខ្ញុំស្គាល់ Bob Richard គាត់នៅ Iowa ហើយគាត់អ្នកស្គាល់គាត់អ្នកនាំពួកដែលខាងទូរទស្សន៍ហ្នឹងទៅ interview នៅកន្លែងខ្ញុំហ្នឹងហើយដូច្នេះហើយបានបន្ទាប់ពីខ្ញុំត្រឡប់មកដល់ Hawaii គាត់ផ្ញើខ្ញុំ VHS tape មកឲ្យខ្ញុំហើយខ្ញុំបានបន្តអាហ្នឹងទៅជា digital សម្រាប់ចាយទៅកូនខ្ញុំសប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃខ្ញុំ transfer ហ្នឹងឲ្យទៅជា digital ហើយដែលបងសង្ហាចង់ឲ្យខ្ញុំផ្ញើទៅព្រោះវា digital is like I don't know 1 gigabyte so វាវែងពេកធំពេកអត់អាចផ្ញើជា put in YouTube ក៏ធ្វើអត់កើតទេព្រោះគេអនុញ្ញាតឲ្យយើងតាពី I think YouTube តែ10ទៅ15មីនិតទេมันអាចលើសនឹងបានទេបើយើងធ្វើលើសនឹងបានតែយើងមានរបៀបគេធ្វើខ្ញុំអត់ចេះរឿងអស់ហ្នឹងខ្ញុំធ្វើបានតែតាមខ្លីៗតែធ្វើអីតាមវីដេអូឲ្យបានវែងតាម YouTube ខ្ញុំធ្វើអត់កើតគេអត់ឲ្យធ្វើ so
បាទចំពោះខ្ញុំក្នុងនាមជាអ្នកដែលស្រឡាញ់ចូលចិត្តខាង media ស្រឡាញ់ចូលចិត្តនឹងការអានស្រឡាញ់ចូលចិត្តនឹងប្រវត្តិសាស្ត្រខ្ញុំឃើញវីដេអូអ្វីដែលលោកពូបានរក្សាទុកហើយយើងបានចាក់មុនហ្នឹងវាជាគេហៅថា check and balance between សភៅលោកពូសរសេរហើយនឹងវីដេអូហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងជាការមួយដ៏ល្អមែនទែនខ្ញុំបានឃើញវីដេអូហ្នឹងខ្ញុំមានការកាន់តែគេហៅថាមានភាពដកចិត្តកាន់តែខ្លាំងថែមទៀតក្រោយពីបានអានសភៅយើងមានគេការដកទឹកចិត្តបើគេអត់ដែរសែតចូលតួជាមួយក្នុងសភៅនឹងមើលទៅយើងចេះតែចង់អានពីមួយទំព័រមួយទៅមួយទំព័រមួយហើយយើងមានគេហៅថាពេលខ្លះទៅពិបាកទប់អារម្មណ៍យើងវាមាន emotion អីអញ្ចឹងហើយដល់ពេលបានឃើញវីដេអូនេះមួយទៀតថាដូចជាវាមានលក្ខណៈ cross check បាទឃើញល្អមែនតើលោកពូអ្វីដែលលោកពូបានរក្សា
ពេល interview ហើយមិនដែរនឹកថាបានឃើញ tape ហ្នឹងព្រោះយើងថៃបាយគ្នាហើយប៉ុន្តែល្អដែរដូចខ្ញុំជំរាបចឹងគឺខ្ញុំ always keep in touch with people ដែលខ្ញុំស្គាល់អ្នកដែលខ្ញុំស្គាល់ខ្ញុំនៅតែតាក់ទងចំណិចបើខ្ញុំឈប់តាក់ទងជាមួយបាបក៏ខ្ញុំអត់បាន tape នឹងដែរប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំនៅតាក់ទងជាមួយភាគច្រើនមកពីគេឈប់តាក់ទងខ្ញុំវិញបានខ្ញុំឡើងទៅតាក់ទងគេថាទៀតបើគេនៅតែបន្តការតាក់ទងខ្ញុំមិនឈប់ទេដូច្នេះខ្ញុំនៅស្គាល់នៅតាក់ទងជាមួយអ្នកដែលធ្វើការជាមួយនៅខេត្តដាងច្រើនគ្នាបងខ្ញុំនៅតាក់ទងរហូតមកដល់សប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងខាង nurse ដែលទៅធ្វើការនៅកន្លែងហ្នឹងហើយខ្ញុំទៅChicago ម្ដងខ្ញុំទៅ Iowa ម្ដងទៅលេងពួកហ្នឹងហើយជួបអ្នកដែលធ្លាប់ ធ្វើការនឹងជាមួយគ្នាយូរហើយដល់ទៅជួបលើកក្រោយមើលអត់ចង់ស្គាល់ព្រោះយើងចាស់រៀងខ្លួន
បាទមុននឹងជូនទៅ Gloria និងលោក Viith ឬក៏ Kerry Chhay ឬក៏លោក Derrick ខ្ញុំចង់ឲ្យលោកពូបញ្ជាក់ពីអារម្មណ៍ពិតបន្តិចតើក្រោយពេលលោកពូឃើញវីដេអូខ្លួនឯងរស់រវើកនៅក្នុងកិច្ចសម្ភាសអ្វីដែលយើងចាក់អំបញ្ញមិញត្រឡប់មកមើលរូបឯងបច្ចុប្បន្នលោកពូមានអារម្មណ៍យ៉ាងម៉េចដែរ
អារម្មណ៍ដែលខ្ញុំតាក់ទងខ្ញុំខ្លាំងជាងគេនៅពេលនោះគឺថាពេលគេសួរខ្ញុំថាតើអនាគតរបស់ខ្ញុំទៅយ៉ាងណាហើយខ្ញុំប្រាប់ទៅគេថាខ្ញុំអាចដឹងអនាគតខ្ញុំយ៉ាងម៉េចបើខ្ញុំរស់នៅក្នុងជំរំភៀសខ្លួនហើយខ្ញុំមិនដឹងថ្ងៃណាគេនឹងយកខ្ញុំចាញ់ទៅជំរំទី3ប្រទេសទី3ហើយខ្ញុំមិនទាំងដឹងថាអ្នកណាអ្នកជា sponsor ខ្ញុំហើយអត់ស្គាល់គេអត់ស្គាល់អ្នកណាទាំងអស់ so ខ្ញុំមិនថាអស់សង្ឃឹមទេគ្រាន់ថានឹកថាកាលពេលដែល interview នឹកថានេះជាពេលដល់រងចាំដល់យូរទៀតហើយព្រោះណែយើងធ្លាប់មានការរងចាំដូចគ្នាដែរពេលនៅពតនឹកឃើញថ្ងៃណាបើយើងចាញ់ពតរួចដល់មកដល់ជំនុំភៀសខ្លួនពេលចូលដំបងសប្បាយចិត្តដែរព្រោះដឹងថាអូសុកហើយសុកមែនប៉ុន្តែយើងអត់អាចនៅកន្លែងហ្នឹងជាអចិន្ត្រៃយ៍បានព្រោះកន្លែងហ្នឹងមិនមែនជាសម្រាប់អចិន្ត្រៃយ៍ដូចនៅក្នុង interview ហ្នឹងខ្ញុំថាជីវិតខ្ញុំមិនដឹងទេតែយ៉ាងណាព្រោះយើងអត់ដឹងមើលអត់ឃើញប៉ុន្តែរឿងសង្ឃឹមនៅតែមានសង្ឃឹមបន្តិចតួចដែរវាជាជាងយ៉ាងហោចណាស់គឺយើងអត់មានអត់បាយគឺថាយើងមានបាយហូបគ្រប់គ្រាន់យើងមានសុខភាពត្រឹមត្រូវយើងមានអ្នកគ្រូពេទ្យមកថែទាំយើងត្រឹមត្រូវបើយើងឈឺ so អាហ្នឹងដែលសំខាន់
ចំណុចមួយទៀតខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ថាបើសិនយកវីដេអូដែលលោកពូធ្វើកិច្ចសម្ភាសជាមួយគេហ្នឹងយកទៅឲ្យអ្នកដែលអត់ស្គាល់លោកពូគេមើលហើយឲ្យគេទាយថាតើជីវិតរបស់អ្នកដែលសម្ភាសហ្នឹងអ្នកដែលគេត្រូវគេសម្ភាសហ្នឹងនឹងទៅជាយ៉ាងណាចង់ឲ្យមនុស្សគេហៅថារាប់រយរាប់ពាន់រាប់អ្នកសាកទុះទាយមើលថាតើលទ្ធផលចុងក្រោយយ៉ាងណាហើយបន្ទាប់ចេញមកតួឯកនឹងចេញមកហើយអាហ្នឹងមិនដឹងជាថាតើវាមានការយល់ឃើញយ៉ាងម៉េចហើយចុងក្រោយក៏មានការភ្ញាក់ផ្អើលយ៉ាងម៉េចទេនេះគាត់ក្នុងអារម្មណ៍របស់ខ្ញុំព្រោះឯងខ្ញុំធ្លាប់ឃើញមានកម្មវិធីទូទស្សន៍គេច្រើនគេបានធ្វើអញ្ចឹងបាទគេអ្នកខ្លះគេស្វះស្វែងរកបងប្អូនរយៈពេល30-40ឆ្នាំហើយប៉ុន្តែគេហៅមកសម្ភាសហើយគេឲ្យ surprise មកអូគេជួបបងប្អូនអីចឹងហើយដូចករណីលពូចឹងឥឡូវយើងមើលអ្នកដែលត្រូវសម្ភាសហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងគាត់មានការឆ្លើយតបជាមួយ interviewer អញ្ចឹងឥឡូវចង់ដឹងថាតើខ្សែជីវិតរបស់គាត់វាទៅយ៉ាងណាបាទហើយចូលមកអញ្ជើញលពូចូលមកកម្មវិធីហ្នឹងហើយរ៉ាប់ពីប្រវត្តិរបស់លពូហ្នឹងមិនដឹងថាជាល្អប៉ុណ្ណាទេហើយជាឱកាសហ្នឹងដើម្បីផ្សព្វផ្សាយសភៅរដូវអត្តហាផងបាទបាទអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំមានប៉ុណ្ណឹងអរគុណសូមជូនលោក Derrick ឬក៏ Kerry Chhay ឬក៏ Gloria ឬក៏លោក Viith បាទខ្ញុំសូម offline វិញបាទ
તોខ្ញុំមានផ្ញើ DVD នឹងទៅសង្ហៈឯងហើយ is 1 hour tape okay
Yeah, I want to see it look good and then I'm going to try to put it YouTube for you and
you can put it in 1 hour YouTube wow
there's a way but there's a tricky way
I don't know
I will try to find
okay
out.
I'm sure you're much more expert than I should
yeah I'll figure it out I have the team yeah okay Kerry or Gloria you want to go Gloria
Kerry, you don't have to have questions. If you have any comment, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Very hard to come up with questions. But again, Kerry, I really thank you for being here, being a younger generation and willing to stay here, read this book with all of us here. And Gloria, I like it's amazing to see that interest in a younger generation. Usually you don't see that, you know. They have their own thing to think about. They're not like interested in this kind of thing. So to see both of you that the younger generation is interested in it is really amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, I think because me and Gloria are from the same major. We're Asian American Studies.
Yeah, international studies.
Oh, international studies.
Well, I had a focus in Asia, and I took Khmer in college too. So. Yeah, we were both involved in the Cambodian Student Society, so I think we're both very interested in our history and our culture, and I think it's great that Kerry's very involved in the Cambodian community. Yeah.
My daughter too, when she was in Stanford, she also organized that thing too. So she got somebody to come in and taught the Stanford student how to read, but only short-lived because a lot of people not interested for long, you know.
Yeah, there's probably not as many Cambodian students there too.
No, they have only, I believe, less than 10.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be hard to get enough interest for that. But I think it's great that she tried. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, she tried.
Yeah. Seeing that you're from Hawaii, do you know Dr. Chani Sack-Humphrey? She's a teacher in Hawaii. Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes. Dr. Chani, actually, Chani Sack was the first Cambodian that attended UH Manoa, and subsequently got the PhD degree in education in Khmer language, I guess. So she's one of the brightest girl. I do not believe that she was in Pol Pot at that time.
Yeah, she did. She was able to leave before then.
Yeah, her father was some kind of either senator or House representative or so in Cambodia. Actually, she's also a very, very successful family. All her brothers, I believe that at least 2 are doctors.
Oh, wow.
Of the others, yeah. She had 2 doctors. One is a girl, and the other one is a boy at that time. So they both doctor now. Yeah, they're 2 doctors.
Wow.
In that family. Her husband also a doctor too, Dr. Humphrey. So I know all of them. I know the father too. At that time when I was in Cambodia, in Hawaii, I really quite involved with the community there. So every time we have some kind of a community event, I always there with my camera. So I like to document all those things, and I have plenty of things from Hawaii. And once in a while, I release some, and people are so happy to see those pictures when they were so young.
Okay, but Lepu, just now I already asked Group Viith, Gloria, Kerry, and Group Derrick. Now maybe he's already gone, about their feeling, their impression regarding joining the book club, the reading club. Now I try to find out from each of them again regarding what did you guys learn from the book itself, since you already completely done for the reading from the beginning until the end. So let's start from Gloria. What you can take away from the book?
Well, I think you did an amazing job describing your experience and just making it relatable, especially with your experiences with your family and what it's like to, lose a loved one. And I think it's a very emotional read, especially when I first joined the book club. That first chapter we read was extremely emotional, and I'm glad that you were able to put this together for us to have it documented and to be able to share it with everyone. And I hope that this book can be used in education and as an educational tool to teach people about the Khmer Rouge and the survivors. And I learned a lot from you reading this, and I think it gives us a lot of hope. I think you had a lot of hope throughout the book, and I think it definitely provides a lot of hope and a lot of inspiration. It really inspired me, especially seeing how you overcame so much and were still able to be successful in life. And I hope that other people can read this and gain some inspiration, and especially the younger generation, because I feel like growing up, I didn't see a lot of successful Cambodians growing up. I saw a lot of poverty, a lot of my fellow classmates a lot of them were involved in like gangs, and my own family members involved in gangs, and just growing up in the ghetto. And I think it's very inspiring to see somebody who survived such horrors and still came out on top. And I hope that I can instill this kind of mindset in my own children, and not kind of limit myself like I have in the past, because I've always felt like there's a limit to how successful I can be because of my background. But I think this book has been very inspiring personally. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Gloria.
I can tell you that when people talk about our Cambodian as a whole in the community, and they not talking about being successful, but the other way around, and I feel hurt, in myself. I feel that we do have many other successful story to tell, and I think I encourage Sanghak that to use this platform to bring more people that are successful, so that our community look at it and say that I'm not trying to tell them that, well, I'm very successful. No, I'm not that sense. But I think in a sense that they can overcome something and become self-sufficient and independent, and have a successful children as well. So I think those are important for Sanghak to be able to do that, to share that to community. So our community, our community not being criticized that not a successful community. Actually, we are quite successful too. If you find the people. The problem with us is usually we acculturate with Cambodian. Usually we don't want to come out and say, hey, I'm successful people, and usually we don't do that. And I'm a little bit different, because I want that's why I write a book, because I want people to know my story, and therefore I become a little bit more vocal in different platforms. But I think for others, they either they should volunteer themselves into it, or Sanghak can recruit somebody else to come in and do that, so that the younger generation can learn from each of them.
Thank you. Okay, Kerry Chhay, your turn. So I off myself, so you're gonna.
Thank you. The main takeaway of the book, it's a beautiful book. I haven't really, well, I did read a few other stories like this before, but I never read one by a doctor. And seeing yeah, because like Gloria mentioned, we don't have a lot of role models, and when I was during CSS, they had this person ask about STEM majors, Cambodian STEM majors, and I was a former STEM major, and I asked, and I remember that one thing I told the guy, like, we don't have a lot of our own people, we are just the arrowhead, just the stepping stone for our people to help our people succeed. And seeing your story, it's very inspirational. Will help inspire the older generation and young generation to work together. Well, I don't, that's sadly, but yeah, there's a lot to say.
I think my goal is like you stated, Kerry. I feel that a lot of time we that went through that. For instance, like I went through medical school, and we never pass that on to our community. Say how to get into medical school, like I do. We usually get into med school. Now I'm busy on my own, so I don't. Not to say that they don't care about other, but just they do not put priority in others, and therefore I remember when I was at that stage and try to get to medical school, there's nobody to talk to because nobody was a doctor and to get through that route. So it's very tough. Now that I already got in and my 3 kids already got in, so I think I have some advice to a younger generation. They feel free to connect it with me. And of course, I've been graduate for too long already. I might not be able to help, but I certainly can connect them with my younger, my children, particularly my daughter, because she's just freshly out of school. So I think that's the only way that we can push our community to get to higher and higher, and to make them aware that we do have like woman being a doctor too, like Dr. Christina in Long Beach. Usually you don't see Khmer woman to be at that level. So it's good to hear that, and to have that platform like this is allow us to put our name out there, and if they are interested in find that out, they always can feel free to communicate and talk to us. So, and that's my other goal too. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Doc. Well, as for me, as you can see, my name, Ability Wellness, I always honor that because in order wellness to come out, that you have to understand your ability and have to be able to change your mindset and onto a certain journey that you want to do. So I think your book is the master of that, and every journey that you go and that you come across, every obstacle you come across, you're able to tackle it down and with a positive attitude and willing to learn from it. And so being that person of that persistent and learning, and you're able to tackle that to become a successful person. So this book is full of a lot of nugget that like myself and the younger generation are able to pick up and read it and able to apply to their life. So I'm hoping that academically this book should be in the classroom. I read many books, and it's not quite like yours. Yours, it seemed like it attacked me emotionally. I felt like you put a lot of energy and a lot of effort and a lot of time into this book. That's why when the reader read it, they're able to extract that energy, that what you feel. And it's a very powerful book for a person like myself that lived through the Khoi Dang, but yet I was so young. But going through reading your book and also able to ask you a question, you give me insight, like a little thing. For example, what's the letter T for behind the numbers? Because I have that picture too, the tracking number, and also it's just what Ward 1 is for, because I was a patient in that hospital, and you're able to explain that. So it's so awesome to have you onto this platform and able to share that. I'm sure that other viewer out there learn a little bit in pieces through your story, and not only that they learn for themselves, they learn how to ask the question to their parent, to their uncle, to their grandparent, or whatever that's around them, the right question. So I'm sure that but with your help, it's tremendously important, and you are a role model to us, meaning to our community, because you speak the true and honor through your journey, and you want to help us to become better or knowing our culture. So I much appreciate you, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I just want to repeat this. The last two chapters, I touch upon my life after the killing field. I just want to repeat that I do not consider myself to be a successful Cambodian. The way others are seeing me, I have to be honest with you. I don't. I remember a few weeks ago, I tried to recruit a two doctor to try to be in the platform. So when I talk to them, I say, would you mind if the media talk to you because of how successful you are because you're a doctor? And the reply from both of them say, well, I'm not successful. I'm not. We don't consider ourselves being successful because I guess it ដូចយើងខ្មែរយើងថាអង្គុយលើចង្អេរលើខ្លួនឯង you know. So in a sense I am like them too. I don't go out and say, well, I have a success story. No, I do not consider. But I think I'm just as successful as in my own personal way, but if you look at all of you also successful in your own way too. And that my definition of being successful is nothing to do with because I'm a doctor I'm more successful than others. No, and I'm saying that way. And the other two that I asked them to come in, they didn't feel that they look at successful stories like different from others. You know, I look at it like your story is successful because you could influence others to follow your route, but they don't see the way I see. So it's just a little bit different.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kerry Chai. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Viith, for your response to what I asked you guys, and thank you, Lupu, for your compliment, for your word adapt to what our reader mentioned about. So now is we try to get from you. So we already done your book, completely done. So from the chapter 1 until chapter 10, and also the last part is the we call
Epilogue.
epilogue. But so after 21st weeks, so what you can give us some bullet point for us to take away from the whole book and the whole program?
I think you know, on a personal level, this story is mainly written to remind my children and later on my grandchildren to not forget where we are coming from. And you know, my name is not Khmer names, but I am. I take pride being Khmer, being Cambodian, because I was born in Cambodia, and my parents born in Cambodia. Number two is this book is mainly just to inform the world what happened to Cambodia in those days. And you know, I found that a lot of times, if you want to read the English book about Cambodia, most of the time it was written by American or somebody else that non-English. And therefore, in order to write that, usually they do research rather than writing from their own experience. And therefore, this book is a little bit different because I was in that myself. So number three, I think is book is if you look at on another level, you look at it, this is a book about starving season. But what I want the reader to get from these books also is a book about relationship and friendship. I strongly believe that if I do not have a good friendship with either others, my peers or the Khmer Rouge, I probably would not ended up here today. I probably died a long time ago. This is on top of being lucky and also on top of being persistent and perseverance. And number four is show you about the permanent separation due to death from starvation. this is the last one I want to stress on the younger generation. I would ask them that please do your parents a favors while they still alive. Don't wait until they die and try to send flowers. It does not. Your parent not gonna. It does not work that way. You know. I tell my kid too. If you want to do something for me, do it while I was still alive. Don't wait until I die. It's not gonna do anything good. That's my.
Thank you, Lupu. Even though we finished your book, but our team is gonna going on with the Khmer Rise on Wednesday. So, any last word for our program before we end, Lupu?
No, I think my last word is thank you for giving me this platform, and I really appreciate. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, for those of you, you don't make any money. You come here and do this for our community, and this is a lot of time. Can you imagine we do 2 or 3 hours per night, and for 21 times? That's a lot of time on us. You know, you Gloria, you probably should take that time and take care of your baby and all this thing, and yet you still come here and you know, doing that. So I thank you for that, and I appreciate you, Sanghak, especially, and Viith for having this kind of platform for our community. Thank you so much.
Actually, it's an honor, Doctor, to have you, and we much appreciate to have you on our show and on our panelists. And I'm sure all of us here appreciate you because we learned a lot, so much from your journey. I hope you keep going on and you know, spend more time of talking about it, even though sometimes you might feel like we don't listen, but actually we do pick up a little nugget that is very powerful. Thank you.
អរគុណលោកពូទោះបីជាអានសភៅលោកពូបានចាប់សពគ្រប់ហើយជាថ្ងៃនេះជាថ្ងៃចុងក្រោយសម្រាប់សភៅដែលមានចំណងជើងជាភាសាខ្មែររដូវអត្តហាហើយភាសាអង់គ្លេស Sterling Season ប៉ុន្តែយើងសង្ឃឹមថាលោកពូនឹងចូលរួមក្នុងកម្មវិធីយើងក្នុងគេហៅថាកម្មវិធីសុខភាពសាធារណៈសុខភាពសហគមន៍យើងនឹងព្យាយាមតាក់ទងលោកពូដើម្បីអញ្ជើញលោកពូយ៉ាងហោចណាស់ក៏មួយខែម្ដងដើម្បីជួយបកស្រាយពន្យល់ណែនាំសហគមន៍ខ្មែរយើងដែលមានដុកទ័រខ្មែរយើងអាចជួយបកស្រាយពីរបៀបវិធានឬក៏ធ្វើយ៉ាងណាដើម្បីឲ្យគាត់ថែទាំសុខភាពរបស់គាត់នឹងជៀសវាងគេហៅថាការទុកបដាយបដោយជ្រុលហួសពេលទោះបីជាពេទ្យទេវតាពេទ្យអាមេរិកក៏មិនអាចជួយព្យាបាលបានដែរព្រោះអីនៅសហគមន៍ខ្មែរយើងតាមអ្វីដែលយើងបានសិក្សាស្រាវជ្រាវទៅឃើញយើងមានបញ្ហាច្រើនទាក់ទងបញ្ហាសុខភាពជាពិសេសចាស់យើងដែលគាត់បានរស់នៅនេះយូរហើយ30-40ឆ្នាំហើយអ្វីដែលបញ្ហាប្រឈមចម្បងនោះគឺមហារីកតែម្ដងអញ្ចឹងសង្ឃឹមថាយើងនៅបន្តទំនាក់ទំនងជាមួយលោកពូដើម្បីអញ្ជើញលោកពូមកជួយខាងផ្នែកគេហៅថា health education បាននៅក្នុងកម្មវិធីយើងនឹងរៀបចំចាត់ចែងយ៉ាងហោចណាស់មួយខែម្ដងជាមួយលោកពូហើយសង្ឃឹមថាលោកពូឆ្លៀតចូលមួយក្នុងកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងហើយយើងនៅបន្តទំនាក់ទំនងគ្នាអ្វីដែលអាចធ្វើបានដើម្បីធ្វើយ៉ាងណាព្រោះអីអ្វីទៅការផ្សព្វផ្សាយសហគមន៍នេះគោលបំណងសំខាន់គឺយើងព្យាយាម connect ខ្មែរនៅគ្រប់ទីកន្លែងដើម្បី inspire the spirit of unity and also how to think together how to work together and how to choose together for ourselves, our family, our community, and our nation. បាទអញ្ចឹងសូមអរគុណម្ដងទៀតចំពោះលោកពូប្រចាំដែលសៀងសេសូមអរគុណក្រុមអ្នកអានរបស់យើងទាំងអ្នកនៅមានវត្តមាននៅទីនេះក៏ដូចជាអ្នកដែលអត់បានចូលរួមបាទប៉ុន្តែទោះបីកណ្ដាលពួកយើងបានដំណើរការមកពេលនេះដោយសារមានការចូលរួមទាំងអស់គ្នាសង្ឃៈម្នាក់ឯងក៏ទៅអត់រួចដែរបើអត់មានការចូលរួមទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទហើយសូមអរគុណចំពោះប្រិយមិត្តអ្នកតាមដានកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងនៅក្នុងនិងក្រៅប្រទេសសូមអរគុណចំពោះលោកយាយតាពុកម៉ែពុកមីងបងប្អូនសហគមន៍ខ្មែរដែលតែងតែផ្ដល់នៅកម្លាំងចិត្តក៏ដូចជាចូលរួមក្នុងការតាមដានកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងអញ្ចឹងកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងជាពិសេសសភៅដែលមានចំណងជើងជាភាសាខ្មែររដូវអត្តហាដែលជាភាសាអង់គ្លេស Sterling Season នេះទោះបីជាចប់ការអាននៅថ្ងៃនេះប៉ុន្តែក៏អាចរកជាវបាននៅក្នុងAmazon បាទហើយយើងនៅសល់សភៅខ្មែរនេះខ្លះដែរបើសិនប្រិយមិត្តឬក៏ពុកម៉ែពុកមីងបងប្អូននៅសហគមន៍ខ្មែរទីក្រុងឡង់ប៊ីចចាប់អារម្មណ៍ អាច message មកខ្ញុំនឹងអាចជូនប្រហែលជាសល់ប្រហែលជា 4-5 ក្បាលទៀតដើម្បីចែកជូន free បាទដើម្បីទុកអានហើយបើសិនចាប់អារម្មណ៍ទៀតសូមជួយជាវម្នាក់មួយក្បាលដើម្បីទុកអានហើយក៏ទុកជាគេដំណើរឲ្យកូនចៅយើងបន្តយើងមានពីរភាសាសំខាន់ណាស់បាទមានភាសាខ្មែរផងភាសាអង់គ្លេសផងបាទអញ្ចឹងមកដល់ទីបញ្ចប់សូមគោរពជូនពរឲ្យសុខភាពល្អសុភមង្គលគ្រប់គ្រួសារហើយ stay safe ទាំងអស់គ្នាសូមឲ្យមានសុខភាពទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទអញ្ចឹងសូមដល់ទីបញ្ចប់សូមអរគុណសូមជម្រាបលាបាទ Bye bye.
Bye you guys.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.